Still looking at me.
What's up, guys? It's the Multitasker. As you recall, Vince McMahon fired numerous of ex-employees of WWE's names like Draven Maverick, Marie and Mike, Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, Leo Rush, Kurt Angle, and other producers and writers. That was marked down as Black Wednesday of April 15th. And now, out of the open, the title is called An Ex-Employee Says WWE Could Be Selling the Company. Really? Really, Vince? I can't shake this feeling or just call it coincidence, but I feel like this is Vince written all over it on this. You can say call it crazy, but it's just an instinct feeling. So this is from Shadow, so let's make it worse. So this is from Cultaholic Wrestling. So without further ado, it's time to react.
Come to your doom. Someone in the comments yesterday said, I wish Tom was as funny as he thinks he is. And to you, I say, yeah, same. Here is some wrestling news. An ex-employee says WWE may be selling the company. Also, AEW could potentially be working with another American wrestling promotion. And Impact Wrestling brings back a classic championship. More on that in a little bit. There's been a lot of discussion regarding the mental state of one Vincent Kennedy McMahon over the last couple of weeks. A few messages have been bandied around from sources saying that he is in well and truly a flip it mode. But we're not using flip, we're using the swear word version of that.
Obviously.
And that continues a little bit today. Dutch Mantel, who you may remember as Zeb Coulter, Uncle Zebekiah, for long-term fans of WWF and the wrestling in general, put out a tweet yesterday, which has certainly started a couple of conversations. The tweet goes, huge news. Any truth to this? Overheard directly out of WWE Stamford is that a deal is being negotiated to sell WWE and the network to ESPN and Fox as early as mid-May. Now, take this with the largest pinch of salt you can possibly find, okay? This is from Dutch Mantel's Twitter. Big old pinch of salt. Maybe take 2 bits just in case you drop the first bit. I mean, the possibility is certainly there. It's not uncommon, the idea of WWE wanting to sell up the entire company, especially during this really uncertain times. You've had moments like this where companies have been sold as a way of sort of getting out of the business altogether. I can't imagine Vince McMahon getting out of the business of wrestling, though, which is the strangest part of this whole thing when it comes together. ESPN and Fox are both owned by Disney. Aiden, our news hound, adds a little bit more to this. So to kind of give this some levity, any purchase that big would have to go through Disney, since it would be a multi-billion-dollar deal more than likely. So Disney would have to get the tick on that one if this was a thing that was going to go down. We don't know if it's going to be a thing that's going to go down, but it's certainly something for conversation. It does add to a lot about what's been going on in the moment regarding Vince McMahon, i.e. this, at the moment, the general consensus is he's in a foul mood most of the time and he just doesn't care. Like, this is a really tough time for businesses all around the world, and it's even a tough time for WWE, to be perfectly honest. WrestleVotes tweeted this out, which may or may not be connected to the story, but I'm adding it into here anyway. WrestleVotes say, hearing from a few different sources, that WWE is willing to grant a release to, quote, just about anyone who requests one. Basically, if a talent wants out, they can go. Will be interesting to see if anyone really does want out, especially during this uncertain time. When they say anyone, could we see Roman Reigns leaving WWE? I don't think that will be a thing that happens.
Yeah,
I don't think that'll be a thing that happens. But add that into the current speculation around the status of WWE and paints an interesting picture. Of course, when we know more, if there is no more to know on this, you will know about it first of all. But just a recap of that tweet from Dutch Mantel. Says, huge news. Is there any truth to this? overheard directly out of WWE Stamford is that a deal is being negotiated to sell WWE and the network to ESPN and Fox by as early as mid-May. Salt Bay. Pinch of salt. Over to Stu Bennett. I'm afraid I've got some tough stories. That was the line, wasn't it? Yeah. Some bad news all clubbed together for WWE. Their Madison Square Garden show has been postponed once again. This was the show that was meant to go down back in March. It was moved to the end of June. That now isn't happening. MSG is very much shuttered for the time being. And we don't know when that show will happen and what the situation is with it. I imagine now, probably end of the year. If they're not doing it in June, they'll probably look to do it end of the year, if they do it at all this year. Also, WWE has postponed its tour of Australia and New Zealand. These were meant to go down over in June, but now that isn't happening either. This comes from TEG Dainty, the global entertainment company and promoter for live events in Australia and New Zealand. They say that the events have been postponed. They're currently looking to secure some new dates for an upcoming tour. So they'll get there eventually. It's one of those where I think it might be last week even, where WWE said they were keen to get sort of the motor running on live events as soon as the end of June. And I think a lot of things have sort of putting the stoppers in place for them now. I imagine this would have been a decision made by Australia and New Zealand rather than WWE. And on the TV front, new ratings low for Monday Night Raw. This is a tough time at the moment. A new non-holiday low for Monday, 1.82 million viewers, which is down from 1.84 last week. It's only back a bit, but it's back. That's the thing. They are fast approaching the all-time record low, which is 1.78, which was Christmas Eve of 2018. Now, the troubling bit about this number is that they were getting to a stage where the third hour was kind of holding in WWE. You used to get these big third-hour dips, but now it was recently at a point where it was starting to hold, but it looks like that third-hour dip is back again as the contract signing with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre and the US title match with Andrade and Apollo Crews did 1.62 million, which is the lowest number for an hour in 25 years. And it's annoying because the best thing on Raw this past week, in my opinion, was the contract signing. That was the highlight of the night. And also the title match between Andrade and Apollo Crews. That was great too. And both of them did the lowest numbers. It's a shame. It's tough. I feel for Drew McIntyre. These numbers, I feel like they're going to be used in promos for years to come. Like he's going to be compared to Diesel for no fault of his own as like a low-performing champion. For no fault of his own, may I add. Let's end off feed a little bit later on today. And as for you, what? All right, you want to come up? Okay, you want to come up and say goodbye. All right, say goodbye then. Say goodbye. You can't say that on YouTube. We'll get demonetized. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.
Same to you, homie. Well, this is gonna be a hard pill to swallow for Vince. So yeah, I do agree. I don't know where the mental state that he is in right now. So now the question is Fox or ESPN gonna buy the company? I don't know, and I seriously doubt that Roman Reigns is gonna leave the company. I seriously doubt it, because I'm certain that he's gonna make his big return. I guess it's just wow. If he thought firing people that pissed him off, this is gonna gonna set him in the hot water, or no, take it back. This is gonna be as a level of a volcanic eruption for him, because he's gonna be losing his damn shit. That's such a damn shame. What a shame. Well, that's all the time I have. So thank you, Shadow, for this interesting clip. And if you at least enjoy this, and if you find this to be a little very alarming, or this is just something you wanted to see, just leave a likes and also leave a comments down below. I'm Mighty Adventure signing out, but I will catch y'all in the next video. So peace out, everyone, and be safe.